George was born in 1982 in Manchester, England, the only child of a schoolteacher and a local tailor. He grew up polite, shy at first, but by his teenage years, something changed. Tall, athletic, with piercing blue eyes and a disarming smile, George learned early that women were drawn to him. He worked small jobs while studying business but had expensive tastes and a need to impress. Friends recall that he could make you feel like the only person in the room, yet he rarely let anyone get too close. Underneath the charm was ambition and a dark streak of envy toward those who had what he didn't. Wealth, luxury, power. At 27, George moved to London. He became a personal trainer at an upscale Chelsea gym, the kind of place frequented by wealthy socialites, older widows, and divorcees. He cultivated a gentlemanly persona, tailored suits after hours, impeccable manners, a lover of fine wine and opera. Soon, George was a regular in exclusive bars in Kensington and Notting Hill, often seen escorting affluent women. Many described him as handsome, attentive, almost too good to be true. Eleanor Wade, 52, was a recently widowed art gallery owner. She met George during a charity gala in 2015. Within weeks, George moved into her upscale apartment under the guise of helping her heal from grief. But Eleanor's kindness and fortune soon became George's obsession. On a quiet November night, her death was ruled an accident, a tragic fall down the spiral staircase of her gallery. George inherited nothing directly, but police discovered her safe emptied of cash and jewelry worth nearly £300,000. Detectives suspected foul play, but no physical evidence tied George to her death. 1 year later, George charmed Margaret Turner, 49, a wealthy property investor. Unlike Eleanor's, Margaret's death was more gruesome. She was found drowned in her Hampstead Estates pool, allegedly after a late-night swim. George was the last to see her alive. He claimed she had too much wine and fell in. Margaret's sister accused George publicly, but with no fingerprints or witnesses, police had to release him. Patterns were forming, but George's mask of innocence held firm. Behind closed doors, he lived lavishly on the money he siphoned from Margaret's accounts. By 2017, George was a celebrity in London's elite circles. His next victim, Isabel Clark, 45, an heiress to a publishing fortune, fell in love quickly. This time, George made mistakes. He used Isabel's credit cards days before her supposed suicide. Police noted inconsistencies, but George's alibi was airtight. Her death was ruled self-inflicted due to depression, a verdict that left her friends unconvinced. Charlotte Whitmore, 41, a glamorous hotel owner from Mayfair, met George at a wine-tasting event. Unlike his previous victims, Charlotte was savvy with money and cautious with men. George had to work harder to win her trust, crafting elaborate romantic gestures. The relationship lasted 8 months. By then, Charlotte had grown suspicious of George's evasiveness about his past. She confided in a friend, who discreetly alerted the police after discovering that George's previous partners had died under strange circumstances. Scotland Yard assigned a special unit to follow George covertly. A team of 4 detectives tailed George for weeks, tracking his bank accounts and phone records. They discovered that George had been funneling money from Charlotte's business accounts into offshore holdings. A chilling revelation emerged. George had searched online for painless ways to induce heart failure and poisons undetectable in autopsy. The police decided to move before Charlotte became his 4th fatality. They fitted her home with hidden cameras and wired her phone. On October 12th, George arrived at her home with a bottle of expensive red wine, but the liquid in the decanter was later found to be laced with sedatives. Before he could act, officers stormed in. George's composure cracked for the first time as he was handcuffed on the spot. In 2019, George Cromwell stood trial for 3 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Under mounting evidence, including bank records, internet searches, and a witness testimony, he finally confessed to all 3 killings. The judge called him a predator who weaponized affection. He was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. The victims' families established a foundation supporting women targeted by financial predators. Charlotte Whitmore testified in court, saying, He made us believe in love, but all he loved was money. I lived. The others didn't. That will haunt me forever. George Cromwell's story is a haunting reminder that evil can wear a charming face. Behind every smile may hide a motive darker than anyone could imagine.